why do people get involved in relationships? Well, the key idea here is needs. People get involved in relationships in order to address their needs. Well, first we are talking about physical needs, like being taken care of, like providing me with food and shelter and safety. And this is all we actually went through as infants. And the relationship that we had back then was critical to our survival, and we are still depending on like quite a few other people to provide us with like what we need physically in order to survive. The other set of needs, right, is what we can call psychological and interpersonal needs. That refers to like our need for security, attachment, affiliation, and intimacy. And then we have the social needs, right? Things like sense of identity, social position, status, and access to resources and opportunities in our social world, right? So those are the needs. And for some of us, not all of us, we're talking about needs at a higher level. Like many of us talk about like existential or spiritual needs, like people talk about, purpose, talk about, a sense of being and like a sense of like union with the universe and cosmic forces. Those are like another way of looking at needs. So we can be looking at these needs in 4 different levels, like physical, psychological, social, and like the more transcendental, like the existential and the spiritual. Yes, we know that human beings get involved in relationships because there are needs to address. So when I'm thinking about myself, like what do? The first question is to find out what are my needs that I'm trying to address through developing relationships with other people. And when we do that, like we have to understand that like not everyone understands his or her needs clearly. One of the questions that we always ask people in like lectures and like seminars and workshops is to have people tell me how many people in your life you think have a good understanding of what your needs are. Okay, so that is like the first important question that you need to ask. What are your needs?